Revolutionaries, real quick, want to go over something. I'm gonna start right now because I kind of want to get straight to it while it's fresh on my mind. And as everybody comes in, y'all can just scroll back. I will save this live. First and foremost, thank you for everybody that's been purchasing merch. Just came from sending out a ton of y'all stuff. Thank you for that. For everybody, we're trying to get to $425,000. We are starting this spring and summer into fall classes. The RV will be back on the road in a little bit, so I want to, just give everybody encouragement to go, hit the link in the bio and support all of those areas, whether that's merch, whether that's a subscription to the YouTube channel, whether that's following, the official Black Guns Matter page, whatever. So thank y'all for doing that. But we got a lot of more work to do. Real quick, I want to go about maybe 4 or 5 minutes on this. Charlie Kirk, who I follow and he follows me, posted a video talking about a young lady that I think a Hispanic American officer came up to her. He saw her texting and driving, and he gave her a ticket. And she called him names, and I completely disagree with. What's up, Bobby? I completely disagree with what she said. She called him a murderer and all this other stuff. I think she blew it out of proportion. So I want to start there. I want to say that. But in the comment section, and Charlie Kirk's he's a bootlicker. I'm sorry, you know what I mean. I love the fact that Turning Point initially brought out a lot of issues for the young people about conservatism, but a lot of their rhetoric is just straight bootlicking at this point. And that's not a disrespectful thing. That's just what it is. I think a lot of young people, I'm gonna pull over real quick. I think that a lot of people don't understand what conservatism is. I think that they are just anti-Democrat. So it's this back and forth political party. My party's better than yours. Trump is better than Biden type of shit. That party politic bullshit doesn't actually push the conversation forward and unify America. And that's on both sides, okay? So I want to clarify that I don't think a lot of people actually know what conservative values are. I think that a lot of people have got caught in this my gang is better than your gang mentality, even though a lot of people pretend as if, the gang mentality is wrong. They're doing it. And I want to talk about that little video clip real quick. I'm not saying that the way that the young lady actually engaged with the law enforcement officer was okay. I actually think it was over the top. That's me. I don't really engage or disrespect anybody without being disrespected. Now, the bigger concept is, and I have friends that make this, ex-law enforcement friends that keep trying to harp on this point. The biggest issue is the fact that she's being pulled over for texting while driving in the first place. Now, obviously, to you goofies that seem to make it about me defending texting and driving. No, or drinking and driving. That's fucking retarded, okay? If you choose to do that, you are taking a risk. I don't wear safety belts, okay? I am choosing, because it's my freedom, to not wear one. My logic behind that is I know people that have been trapped in vehicles because of their safety belt. So I choose not to. Now, when the state decides to say, we're going to pull you over for choosing to not wear a safety belt, that's wrong. I'm not in agreement with the state making more rules. So let's go back to the actual thing at hand, talking about texting while driving or let's say a more extreme example, drinking while driving. Okay. Both of those are wrong in the sense of they are not safe and you are putting other people at risk for sure. Okay. I want to be very clear about that because again, idiots want to seem like I'm arguing for fucking, yeah, you should drink and drive. No. Okay. Same type of idiots was saying that I'm defending cigarettes because Biden and that administration wants to ban them. I'm not defending cigarettes. Cigarettes are unhealthy. Fucking retard. Cigarettes are unhealthy. We're talking about adults' decision to choose. Okay. So Charlie Kirk makes this thing. I comment under it saying, because he's like, it's just the amount of disrespect for law enforcement. Law enforcement are supposed to uphold their oath to the Constitution. What they have turned into, sheriffs and constables were doing that. What they have been turned into is non-elected. Sheriffs are elected. Police chiefs are not. Non-elected people talking about things. My bad, y'all. I had to see where I was with the battery. Non-elected people talking about things and being a agent of the state that generates revenue for the state and protects politicians that write them immune to the legislation that they have for politicians and for cops. So basically, police officers are working in tandem. I don't care if you have friends or family, I do too, that are law enforcement. Every time that they enforce a constitutional or immoral law, they are in violation. I don't care if that's their job. They are in violation of their oath to the Constitution. That's it. When you say that you're conservative and you cannot recognize that, freedom and limited government go hand in hand. So these Johnny-come-lately conservatives are following these very popular conservatives that may have done some good, but they aren't really teaching them the definition of conservatism. Being a bootlicker for the state and your justification being, well, it's the law. That's retarded. Slavery was the law at some point. Teaching me or my ancestors how to read at some point was the law. It was okay and fully within the confines of the law to murder and rat on our Jewish brothers and sisters, and it was okay within the law. Legality and morality are different things. There becomes a certain time where your adherence to immoral laws makes you not an actual patriot. Okay? Black people not being able to write, fast forward to the civil rights era, not being able to choose to wherever they want to spend their money or sit, that was a fucking lawful act. The people that are now heroes were breaking the law because the laws were immoral. America was created based on patriots breaking the rule on laws of the British Crown. So all of these people that are saying, well, he had the right to pull her over because the law was you shouldn't text and drive. Okay, we get it. That's unsafe. You change that by informing the people and creating a culture around safe cultural practices. So, for example, I'll give you a better example. Because people go, if there wasn't laws and the police to enforce them, it would be chaos. These are the same people that say they support the Second Amendment. The data is clear. Dr. John Lott wrote a book years ago called More Guns, Less Crime. And that book talks about how where there's less police interaction, and there's more safe and responsible armed citizens, there is less crime. Areas like Brentwood or Orange County in California or Beverly Hills, where there's less police patrols, but they have a over 90%, we will issue you a license to carry, they have lower crime rates than the areas like Compton, where there's more police presence, you know, in interaction with citizens, and there's less lawful firearms ownership. There's more violent crime in those areas. The data is clear. We have become bootlickers as conservatives. What I mean by bootlicker is someone that doesn't question the morality of the laws that are presented, and it's somehow okay because the police said it and the police are just doing their job. That is wrong. America was created by people that did not submit to that logic. Their understanding of what conservative principles and values are as it relates to the government is not okay. They are classically and unequivocally wrong. 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 Again, if you're saying that it's the law, you would be the same type of person that says this is okay because slavery is okay because the police said it was. Because it is a law. That is not okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is not okay. The founding fathers to this nation did not submit to that. So if you're saying you're a patriot, if you're saying you're a red-blooded American and all of those other different things, you have to recognize that some of the laws that have been put on the books, the reason why law enforcement officers do not arrest politicians for even presenting these unconstitutional statutes is because in order to get the law enforcement officers to go along with it, they make it those officers immune to those same rules. They make the rules for us, not for the police officers and not for the legislators, that politicians that created. This is a conversation that needs to happen in a conservative community, and it's not happening. You cannot just say that it's an honorable profession because they're just following the law. If the laws that they're following are A, in violation of their constitutional oath, and B, not justified. All right, just wanted to share that with y'all real quick. I want y'all to be safe, be solutionary.